Guys, welcome to Podcast First Play episode 14. Free from us to you, all the interwebs and YouTubers on the interweb. Yes, joining me this week is a man so mysterious, so unique, so utterly disgusted by people asking him to donate to needy children that he recently had new eyes fitted. It's the one and only Dan.
Hello.
How are you, Dan?
I'm very well. We do actually have a special guest with us today, though.
Yes, we do.
You better introduce him, otherwise he's going to get a bit pissed off.
Well, yeah. So, for the first time ever on Podcast vs. Player, we have the one and only, the legendary Michael Bay.
How is everyone today? My job as a director is I get to dream for a living. I create visual worlds that are so beyond everyone's normal life experiences. And Hollywood is a place that creates a viewer escape. And what I try to do is, as a director, I try to... the type is all off, sorry, but I'll just wing this. Yeah, we'll wing it right now. I try to take people on an emotional ride, and excuse me, I'm sorry.
Oh, well, thanks for stopping by anyway, Michael.
Yeah, nice one.
Always a pleasure. Such a nice guy. But anyway, Dan, you fine piece of turkey ass. How would you like a big steaming pile of news on your face?
I'll take some bloody news. I'll take it hard.
So, the first up, most obvious one for us really, is a next-gen Deus Ex for the PS4, Xbox One and PC has been announced.
Yep.
Following just one of my predictions from last week's episode, I can only assume Square Enix was listening to last week's show and based the new game off the very accurate prediction.
Or you just happened to see random rumours flying about and just went, yeah, I'll go with that. It sounds right.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, of course not. No.
I'll be honest, that was one of the very least I expected. I loved Deus Ex, but I didn't expect it to be announced so soon.
No, I thought the one that wouldn't be announced so soon would be Hitman.
Which has kind of been announced.
Yeah, basically has, yeah.
So, that's another two of my predictions, Dan. How many of yours?
Well, considering I haven't been looking out for them, I'm sure they probably all come true by now, but I just don't know.
I doubt it.
No, probably not.
In speaking with next gen, though, the Xbox One has sold nearly 3 million units, figures from the end of 2013, which are pretty impressive figures. However, the PlayStation 4 has sold over 4.2 million, which is a dramatic doubling from the figure from December 1st, 2013, meaning Sony have sold an additional 2.1 million across the next 27 days of the month.
Yeah. See, that sounds quite impressive, but it's not quite as impressive as the Wii sales.
No, the Wii sales have gone up from like, I can't remember the actual figures, but they've gone up from like 20,000 or something to 300,000.
Yeah, it's basically about 10 times the amount that had previously been sold.
And that was just in Japan as well, that's not including any additional territories.
Well, Nintendo, they go mad for it in Japan.
Well, Miyamoto is a fucking genius.
Yeah.
I do think Super Mario 3D World has aided those sales. And like we said before, I can only assume them to actually go up with the upcoming releases of the new Super Smash Bros, Mario Kart, the upcoming, there will be a new Zelda game, like a brand new Wii U only. So I don't see them jumping to the heights that the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One have, but I can see them getting much better.
Yeah, it's going to be a slow, steady increase.
And with good reason.
Oh, yeah.
It's a nice little console. However, though, what's more interesting regarding the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 is the Xbox One is already available in all of its major stomping grounds, so like the US, EU, Australia, Brazil, etc. The PS4 isn't actually available in its home territory, Japan. And I'll be honest, even when the PlayStation 4 does launch in Japan, it's still going to sell more than the Xbox One because it's Japanese.
Yeah.
I can't see the Xbox One.
All it's going to do is just going to cement their position as number one at the moment.
Yeah. And to be fair, it's it's very, very early to call it. But at the moment, PlayStation 4 has got a massive head start in terms of sales.
Yeah.
There's officially more PlayStation 4s in households around the world than there are Xbox Ones. That could change, but at the moment it's not going to be for a while. However, at CES, Sony revealed their brand new streaming service, PlayStation Now, which is a game streaming service for classic PlayStation games. PlayStation Now will stream PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 titles to various devices, including TVs, tablets and smartphones, as well as obviously PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 and Vita. Since it's been mentioned in general it would be streamed to smartphones and tablets, it appears this service won't actually be locked to PlayStation certified devices. So if you have, for argument's sake, like me and Dan have, Galaxy Note 2, at some point you will be able to stream The Last of Us to your tablet, to your phone, regardless whether it's a Sony or PlayStation certified device. A closed beta of the PlayStation Now is starting near the end of the month, but only in America, and then it will be rolled out across various other countries following that. But what was more interesting was at CES they showed The Last of Us, Beyond Two Souls, God of War Ascension and Puppeteer being played on a Sony Bravia TV with literally nothing more than a DualShock 3. It was just being streamed to the Sony Bravia Smart TV. There was no consoles at all, and it was in 720p, and it looked pretty damn good.
It's a cool concept.
It is, but internet, especially in Europe, isn't amazing everywhere. So
well, at CERN, it's insane.
Yeah.
You know the Large Hadron Collider. Yeah. It's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of meg per second. It's mental. So I think they're sort of like stealing all the internet from everyone else.
It wouldn't surprise me, to be fair.
I think that's basically what's happened. That's what they've done. Without even realising it, they've made a black hole, but it's like an internet black hole.
And it's the worst kind.
So it's sucking all the internet from all around Europe directly into it, which is
and you can't,
brilliant for them, I'm sure.
And you can't even tweet about it because you got no internet.
Yeah, exactly.
But a few conflicting stories. Some websites are saying that it's more taken out of context. And Sony said it would work. All you need is a minimum of 5 megabytes per second internet speed. So that equals to about 40 meg. So if you haven't got at least 40 meg, it's not going to work as good as they showed at CES. But a lot of websites are saying all you need is 5 megabyte internet, which is obviously
it's not going to happen.
That's much lower than the average household. I mean, I only get like 20, and then if I'm lucky, 30. So for me, it's probably not going to work as well. But at the same time, I own all the PS1, PS2, and PS3 games I'm going to want to play on that service.
Well, it does beg the question though that if you're playing a PlayStation 1 game and your internet cuts out, do you just lose everything you've just done?
It's a high possibility. It might have like auto save times that would go to the cloud, because on PS Plus you have cloud service. So at certain points it might be like, say, every half an hour it might do an auto save function type thing, just in case. But that's just something I'm assuming, because
otherwise it's going to be a pain in the arse. Because I mean, especially for people who play games these days, autosave is it's a given.
Yeah.
But PlayStation 1, it was something you had to physically stop, save, and then carry on, or you had to find a save point.
Yeah.
So if that's not an option, if you're just playing and then all of a sudden game off, then you've got to go back and start all again.
That's a very good point, because in a title like, say, Resident Evil, where you have to go and find a typewriter, you could do a big chunk.
I'm thinking Final Fantasy. That's the first thing
Final Fantasy, yeah.
Because you have to find a specific point to save. Yeah. And because I obviously always forget to do it, and then you get killed, and it's just like, wait, that's it. I've got to go it took me 3 hours to get there, and now you've got to go all the way back and start again.
I'm really excited for it, but at the same time, I've got no reason to be excited for it, because there's a good chance it's not going to work that well on the internet speeds I get at home, and also I have the majority of games I'm going to want to play. It's a really cool feature, and the fact that it will be going to other devices means it could possibly work on an Xbox One.
I think it'll be popular. I think people will really click onto it because obviously there's a lot of games that the PlayStation 3 won't play.
Yeah.
PS1, PS2 games, maybe something that's a bit obscure rather than the ones that everyone knows and loves. So the ability to be able to play those would be great.
I don't think it's going to be the entire back catalogue.
I doubt it. I mean, it's like the backwards compatibility that they did for Xbox.
Yeah, it's going to be a select few.
Yeah, it's going to be a few, but it's going to be ones that you're going to want to play. It's not going to be Barbie games and all that sort of stuff. It's going to be ones that they could sell and say you can buy this game that was out 10 years ago for a $5, and people go, yeah, I love that. I'll pay for that. That's fine. So I can see the point of it, but a stream. I mean, hopefully, if it's like, this is the most simplistic way of looking at it, but like if you're streaming a video on YouTube, say, and you close your browser and you go back onto it, it will sort of pause it where it was.
Yeah.
And you can just carry on playing.
Carry on rebuffering it.
So I'd like to imagine that it's something like that. So it would just pick it up directly from where you left off. But that's a big if. That's a lot of work.
That's another thing you got to take into account as well, is buffering. I don't want to be walk forward a few spaces buffer. Walk forward a few places buffer. I'd like it to be, did you ever try it on live?
No, I don't think so.
On live is basically what PlayStation Now is. All the work is done in a completely different place, and it's all run off various computers, and it streams all over the world. I had it on my tablet. I've got it on my phone now, and you can play stuff like Just Cause 2, just massive amounts of games like LA Noire and stuff like that, all played on your phone. Via an optional on-live controller, or you can actually sync up a Xbox 360 controller. Some games actually allow touch input as well.
But like try to play Last of Us on your phone screen alone, it's just never going to work. It'll be so crowded.
Not necessarily. If you're using a controller, you'll be fine.
Well, that's it. I mean, if you plug the actual controller into it, you're away, and it saves you buying either a separate TV or a different console. It just means that you can stream it, but obviously not to the quality that if you bought it. But
I do think the best device it's going to work on is the Vita.
And tablets to an extent.
Well, it's only a 5-inch OLED screen. The screen looks amazing, and the videos that they showed, it's the exact same game, the exact same internet speeds, etc., being streamed to the Sony Bravia TV and the PlayStation Vita.
Yeah.
And you can't tell any of the compression differences on the Vita because the screen's that much smaller. It's because it's such a good screen anyway. And then obviously you got the added inclusion of you haven't got to. The controller's there. It is the controller. It's just.
Well, yeah, that's a good point.
Off and away. I don't want to have to play. I'm quite fancy playing Last of Us. So whip my phone out and then whip my DualShock 3 out that I've synced to it and sat on a bus or whatever.
Sorry, that sentence could have just ended in any way, couldn't it?
Well,
sat on the bus, fancy playing Last of Us, just whip my console out. Yeah,
that's what I
call it. Calling it.
That's what the ladies learn. Some bus whipping.
Well, do you want to see my nunchuck? And they go, what? And you go, oh, the Wii? So you like playing this?
No, because if it is in Dan's case, it's actual nunchucks.
Well, 2 in 1.
He is a ninja. A ninja. However, moving forward though, I am excited for PlayStation Now, but I'd like to see a little bit more first. And actually, before we do move on, would you care to place a wager?
On what?
On the PlayStation Now. Not on live roulette.
On what?
I'm going to say that it's not going to be included with PlayStation Plus. It's going to be a separate subscription, and you may get PS1, PS2 games for like a certain amount, but PlayStation 3 games will also be a separate cost.
What about if I agree?
Well, then we both place the same wager.
Well, okay, let's make it more interesting. I think it's going to be terrible. I think that there'll only be 4 games on it, and you'll have to pay probably full price for them, and you can only play it on your phone.
Well, that's already wrong.
I'm willing to put good money on it.
How much?
£500.
That does me. So you're betting £500 that there'll only be 4 games and they'll only work on a mobile phone.
That's what
on
I've been
a
told.
smartphone.
Yeah. No, on Nokia 8210.
On a Nokia 8210.
It's the only one it'll work at. It's the only one advanced enough.
Even though it's been shown working on a PlayStation 4,
There's
3,
plenty
Vita,
you can do with Photoshop
TV.
these days. Plenty. Trust,
Well.
I know what I'm on about. Don't tell me like. Don't talk to me like I'm an idiot or something.
Yeah, let's not talk to you like an idiot, Dan. What is the name of the Batman Lego game?
Lego Batman DC Superheroes. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the name of the first one?
Lego Batman.
Yep.
Oh right, yeah, that was it, wasn't it? Yeah. Right, okay, yeah.
So he's not.
I'm
So he's
glad I
not
was
an idiot.
thinking. Yeah.
He's not an idiot. Took
No,
him.
not at all.
Took him around about 2 minutes. But anyway, moving on. In episode 12 of PvP, we crowned Shia LaBeouf Legend of the Week after his.
did.
Well, I did. After his plagiarism scandal, in which he then plagiarised his apology following the incident. However,
Good. I still like it.
it's still amazing.
Yeah.
However, after only 2 weeks at the top, Shia has been dethroned, and we now have a new Legend of the Week. You ready for this, Daniel?
I'm pretty sure I know who it is, but go for it.
Well, who do you think it is? Let's have
I
another
think
week.
I think it might have been our special guest on today.
No,
Really?
no.
Oh, go on then.
He was, but then this happened, and he's just gone back to the bottom. And for walking out on us.
Yeah.
A Call of Duty player has thought of a brilliant way to get under the skin of Xbox One users in Call of Duty Ghosts. In a game where teammates and enemies are bound to call out each other's names once in a while, he named his character Xbox Sign Out.
Oh.
He then set up an experiment, griefing fellow players. A lot like on the video, he's literally just standing in front of people, shooting them in the face, even though they're on the same teams and stuff. And so basically, what happens is he's shooting people in the face, and then you got like kids and stuff, and they're like, "Oh god damn it, Xbox One, sign out!" No. It's absolutely genius. There will be a link in the description on our video to take you to that video if you want to see it. It's just brilliant.
That is clever. I would buy an Xbox One just to do something like that.
Well,
if I had money and power, that's exactly what I would do.
There is even like there's a few kids that are smart and they're like, "Hey guys, there's a guy trolling us on here. He wants you to say his gamer tag, but don't say it." Someone's like, "So what is it? It's Xbox sign out." Oh god damn! It's absolutely brilliant. So to the guy who I can't remember his name, you are Legend of the Week.
That's pretty good.
That was my Legend of the Week trombone. Stolen from the Lurpak man.
Whatever happened to the Lurpak man?
It's Philadelphia now, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
I think so.
Oh, he's a bit sleazy now then.
I've never really had either.
Bit of a sleazy, cheesy spread.
That sounds like an advert. Are you the
Sorry,
Lurpak
what?
man?
Well, it's easy enough for you to say. Jesus.
That's what you think. But anyway, this week's show, what have we got, Dan?
This
Nothing.
week's show. Yeah. Ask me. Go on. Do that again. Go on, ask me.
What have we got this week, Dan?
Nothing.
Nothing. Not even something.
I need a Wii.
Ah, that's probably not what they want to hear.
All right.
We could just trail the mic lead and follow you in if you want, but
No. I could sing.
I could sing.
Yeah. I'm not going to, but I
Oh, good if you wanted to.
yeah.
So, because we have nothing's happened.
I think just a bit of a prep for the next one. I think that's going to be the best thing because the next one's definitely going to be of interest.
Oh yes.
People,
Oh,
rather than
yes.
just us.
Yeah, to other people. I mean, we've all had people on Twitter saying that.
Oh yeah,
they-
I would like to say that there's been a few very supportive people that have popped up on Twitter and that have followed us and sent us a few nice little messages. So to all you people, I can't remember your names. Thank you. It was very nice. It was very well. It made me smile.
They did.
And you know what?
Dan never smiles.
Exactly. That's a very hard and tricky thing to do. So just your support has brought a little...
Although Dan has got bad gas this week, so some of that may have contributed to the smile.
Maybe. Although I have annoyed quite a few people this week, so kind of two things. But I'm going to say it's the Twitter folk. So thank you all. It's always appreciated.
It is appreciated, and if you have any questions, just send us a tweet.
Just tweet
us. You know,
yeah.
No it rolls. You can also use the email, YouTube, any medium you can find us on. You can send us a question.
Yes, indeed.
However, next week's episode is going to be massive. When I say massive, I don't mean like 4 days.
Newspapers are talking about it.
The newspapers talk about it. Michael Bay got choked up about it. It's just going to be brilliant. And what is it, Dan?
Do you know what? It's so good, I've already forgotten.
It's Super Person Fight Club Thingy Part 3.
Oh, yeah! Yeah, it is. Oh, this is going to be a good one, this. This is going to be the first quarter-final of Super Person Fight Club Thingy.
And it's also the first... this is the first Super Person Fight Club Thingy match, round, battle... What do we call it? I'd say round, really, because it's a...
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
But
It's the first quarter-final, so basically... We're going to be choosing out of the winners of the last two Super Person Fight Club Thingy winners. We're going to whittle the list down. We're going to have a new random arena kind of stage to it as well. So there's going to be some. It's still all going to be random, but we're going to try and do some more research on
This is the first time we know ahead of time whose fighters. Well, not who goes against who, but.
Oh no, yeah, sorry, who the fighters are actually.
Yeah, who the fighters.
So we already know that in advance. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, whereas before we only knew the ones we'd picked personally, and then whatever ones Dan had and what I had, we were a surprise to each other. Whereas this time we know who all the fighters are because they were all the previous winners, and then it's just a case of who they're going to go up against.
And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose 10 random locations. Now these aren't going to be space. They're not going to be other planets. They're not going to be anywhere like that could, basically if someone wouldn't be able to survive there, so like underwater. Obviously for Aquaman, brilliant. For Batman, not so brilliant.
We haven't got Aquaman though.
No, but that's just an example.
Oh,
you are aware of the concept of examples, I'm sure. But what this is going to be, it's going to be like, a street, a warehouse, something like that. But we want to try and keep it fairly big because there's quite a few big sort of characters in there, Optimus and Sentinels and such. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find 10. I'm going to go on Google Maps as well, and I'm going to find specific streets. So or if you've got
Downing Street.
Oh yeah, somewhere like that. That'd be brilliant. Or, if you want to send us your street, I'll find your street on Google Maps.
Not your address though.
Oh no, I don't want that. I will just send you poos. So I will find you on Street View, and if that looks like a pretty cool place to have, some sort of super battle, send it in, and I'll be more than happy to use your street. But I'm going to choose 10, and then Cal, you're going to pick them at random. So I'll know the locations, but we won't know who's going in them.
Yeah.
So it'll still be random, and you won't know. So you'll add a bit more randomness to it because you won't know what you're picking.
I think we should have items like in Smash Brothers.
What, like power-ups?
Yeah, Batman picked up a Pokeball.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that'd be brilliant.
I think that'd be quite tricky to include.
Oh, do you know what? I might even throw in a few like fictional places maybe. Like I was just thought like Shadow Moses, like the opening level on Shadow Moses.
Yeah.
Like Metal Gear 1, it's a big sort of place, the helicopter. I'm thinking that sort of stuff.
That'd be quite cool actually.
Yeah. So leave that one to me. I will sort that out.
Yes. So that's the next podcast. Our next video, which should have gone up this week, but had a few technical issues with my new computer delivery. So unfortunately, that's not up this week.
I know. We're a bit annoyed about it, but we're not going to.
We've got over it.
Yeah, I'm not going to go on about it. PC World, you fucking wankers.
See, normally we wouldn't even say names of actual shops because of legal reasons. However, this time, PC World, you fucking wankers.
Yeah, they basically they gave you balls information. You paid for something that they couldn't physically sell. So I'm still quite annoyed about it. However, as of next week, it should all be sorted.
It should be.
Yep.
But anyway, we digress. We won't go on about that. Fuckers. But what we do have coming up is brand spanking, super shiny, awesomely delicious yogurt testicles series 2 of Minecraft.
Oh yeah, and I've been doing some work with a friend of mine on our server as well. So Bombay Alpha hasn't really had any changes to it.
Hi,
but
Liam.
been experimenting. Yeah, hi Liam. I wasn't going to say his name, but fair enough. But we've been messing about with the force fields. We've got all the force fields sorted out. We haven't got them activated because they're quite pointless for what I wanted to do with them. They're not really going to do us too much good. Although I have come up
That's
with
not like anything else we have in Bombay Alpha.
Hey, the Lava Express is up and running, right? And it's beautiful. The thing is genius. So there's been quite a few updates to Minecraft, as in the actual Big Dig server itself. There's been a few new items that have been added in, so we're going to definitely try and expand on those some more. Callum, I've made you a super cool sword. I think you'll like it. It's to go with your brand new power armor and the whole thing. So
yes, I was watching the Bombay Alpha update, and the last time I managed to, the last time we managed to do a video together on Minecraft, I had a power armor, helmet and gauntlet, which was awesome. And then I watched that video that you did, and I've got a whole suit.
Oh yeah.
I am like Thin Iron Man.
Basically, yeah. But you can colour it, so you can change it to all red if you want. You could, because it's like the colours are separated into sections and stuff as well. You might even.
Can I get some gold in there?
I'm thinking maybe.
Yellow.
Yeah.
I'm so trying it.
So you can have a fanny about with that while I do the important stuff.
What's more important than my power armor?
Grenades.
Holy fuck nuggets.
Oh yeah. And they're like proper textured grenades, and they look fucking mint. But I managed to blow up half the Lava Express by testing them, unfortunately. So that was I know. And also, when we were messing about with it as well, I was having a look at some of the spawners, like where the skeletons and zombies and stuff all get spawned from. And there was one that I found for something that I'd never heard of before, called the Wither Boss. Now, hopefully people will already know what the Wither Boss is. I didn't. So I spawned in about, I don't know, I put one down, nothing happened. Put about 10 down, nothing happened. Realised I was on creative mode, dropped back from creative mode into sort of standard Minecraft mode, and all fucking hell broke loose.
What?
These things just flew at me, and I had to go back into creative mode. They were still flying about, throwing like these explosive skull head things at me. I had to spawn in rocket launchers with fucking... it was an absolute disaster. So, but the thing is, out of like all 10 of them that managed to get spawned in, I think I killed about 9. And I'm fairly certain that there is just one still mooching about somewhere.
Oh, well, shit.
So, unfortunately, I think that could just be around somewhere, and he's just going to pop up.
What do they look like?
They look horrific. They've got like 3 heads, and they're like fly. It's all sort of black, and it looks like a snake. It looks like a snake, like with 3 massive heads, but it can fly.
Has it got wings?
It makes this horrible noise. No, not even that. So they just sort of float at you, just throwing these heads at you, screaming.
Shit hell.
Jesus Christ, it was not pleasant.
Liam
was pissing himself.
I don't do well with creepers and Enderman.
Yeah, this is...
I could just about take on skeletons.
Yeah, so this if he does manage to make an appearance, I'm thinking about trapping him inside a force field and we can have him on show. That'll really torment him.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about doing that. But anyway, that's going to be something that's coming up hopefully over the next couple of weeks.
Yes. So obviously brand new Series 2. This is where it's all, as you know, it is already just from that. This is where it's all going to actually kick off.
Yep.
Season 1 was just a build up.
As you can tell. We only did like 6 episodes I think for the first season, but it goes from like a wooden hut to the whole, well basically...
It's like the Fortress of Doom.
Yeah, well, I want to update the external thing, but I like the sort of the wooden look, and then you go inside and it's all nice. And I'm thinking about making you a bat cave. That's what I'm thinking of doing.
Ooh.
I'm thinking about it, but it's going to be a lot of work.
We did speak about this before, though, where we'd have like a secret door.
Yeah.
And it takes you into a bat cave.
I need to figure. There's a lot of redstone circuitry and all that.
I've also come to the conclusion as well. This is why my PC is fucked on Minecraft. There's that much going on.
Yeah. Unfortunately I did have a bit of lag, so I'll try and get all that fixed. But yeah, it's going to be something that's going to be pretty cool.
We also have, eventually, once it sorts itself out, some Jay-Z videos.
Yeah, I blame myself entirely for that. The servers are basically sorted out. They're not super rich with stuff to do, but they are pretty stable now.
Are people still teleporting?
Not really, no. But it's quite easy to find some zombies. So, do you know what? I'll do it tonight. That's what I'll do. As long as it works, I'll go on tonight and I'll do it tonight.
Awesome. So, if you're not sure who Jay-Z is, no,
some bell end rapper. Daisy, on the other hand, is much more interesting.
Ish.
It's good, but it's something my PC can't handle too well. Mainly for the fact that it's an alpha, and mainly for the fact that it's running on like full Armour 3 specs, which is a lot, even for my PC to handle. So hopefully, I'm getting a new graphics card over the next
just to make Dan cry. I was doing the other week. No, the other day, sorry, wasn't it? I went onto the Titanfall test page, put in the specs of my new computer, and it will run Titanfall on Ultra, which is pretty awesome. But I put in Armour 3, and I get 10, 8, 10.
Yeah. It's my graphics card. That's where it's falling down. The RAM, everything else is absolutely fine, but it's the graphics card. That's where it's falling apart. So hopefully,
for the first time ever, once it finally comes, I'll actually have a better mine's actually a laptop. I'll have a better PC than Dan until he gets another graphics card.
Until my graphics card, yeah. But you're only going to be using it for Minecraft anyway, so.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't know.
I might get Titanfall
just yet. Don't know.
Because I'm going to get Titanfall.
Yeah, well, maybe I will.
But I also might just get it on 360.
Yeah. It'll at least work on that.
That's what I'm thinking, to be fair.
Yeah. So, hopefully Jay-Z. Populous, I've been playing it. Every time I play it, I forget to record it. I'm just too busy. Do you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to complete it. And then I'll go back to the start and I'll do it from scratch.
It seems awfully pointless. It's not awesome.
What?
It's not awesome.
It is. It's totally awesome. I love it. I've just conquering the entire planet and just it's so good. Because you know what the AI is up to. So as soon as you sort of pin them in, destroy all their houses, not all their houses, all their sort of unit production, burn all their trees, they're fucked, and you just expand around them. It's brilliant.
What does look amazing though is Alien Isolation.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I want it so hard. God.
Yeah. It looks pretty good. Not quite that good.
Graphics look amazing.
It does. But I mean, I remember when I first saw the trailers for Colonial Marines, it looked really, really good.
No.
But it's one of those sort of trailers where it's just every 2 seconds it cuts away and, it looks at something else. So you don't actually get to see anything of it. But with Isolation, there's been massive segments of it that you can see. And it looks brilliant. It looks so good.
I was watching a gameplay video today, and it just watching that video, I was a little bit scared.
Yeah, that's it. Good. I mean, I like the fact that they're sort of going. Well, it's not about teamwork and about killing. It's about horror.
Yeah.
It's about being, it's about being claustrophobic. It's about being, it's in the dark. You don't know what's there.
You got no weapons.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it should be. And that is Alien. That's the original Alien film. It was about how tense it was and horror. So to go back to that, but to have it looking that nice, I think it could be really, really.
What I found out today is the the actual the xenomorphs. That's what the aliens are, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I always think I say it wrong. Anyway.
Well, xenomorph, xenomorph. It's the same thing.
Yeah. The alien from Alien. They're not just AI in a sense that they don't walk the same paths and stuff. They're actually set to hunt you. So no matter what you do to change your path, they're still set to hunt you. So it's not on games where you go, well, I've got to go to that door, so I'll wait for this guard.
Yeah, it's like when you can stand there and strategize and go, right, well, he goes there and then he goes off to there 3 seconds later. It's how I got through the entire last level of Metal Gear 4.
Yeah.
It's just like you do it so many times, you figure out exactly where they're going to be, where you go to activate someone else dropping down. But when that isn't an option, then you're just like, well, fuck, what do I do? You sort of get used to that, of having to plan patrols and all that sort of stuff.
There was a certain part on the video where she was kind of peeping through well, it was a guy playing, but Amanda,
Ripper's daughter, yeah.
Ripper's daughter that you play. And she's like just peeping through the corner, and there's a xenomorph there, but he's got his back to her, and she like pops back again, and then has another look, and then it's gone, and then she looks again, and it's right by her. He's like, he's like fucking shit. But there's a bit where they're just running and running and running and running. He keeps checking her radar, and it's like still right on her tail and stuff. And then like vents are falling and steam's coming out of the ceiling and stuff. And all of a sudden she just gets flipped on the floor and starts being dragged. And it's like, oh my god, it looks so good.
That's what you want. Imagine that, Oculus Rift.
Oh fuck yeah!
You would shit your pants.
I think I possibly could kill someone that walked past me.
Yeah, you'd be on edge all the time. It'd be brilliant.
I think I might just buy Oculus Rift purely for that.
I know, right?
That'd be amazing. Oh my god.
Told you, Oculus Rift, that's where it's at.
That's the only game I want to play, Oculus Rift.
It would be terrifying.
I don't scare very easily. We were actually playing Zombie U last weekend, me and Zoe. And she couldn't watch it because she was a bit scared. It's like this is on the Wii.
Yeah.
Not the Wii, so it's a decent game. Don't get me wrong, it's alright. It's not amazing, but it's got some cool ideas. But it's not a scary game as such. But like Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Fear, all that, it doesn't scare. I just like them. They're really cool games. But I genuinely did feel on the edge when I was watching Alien Isolation. But Alien Isolation could be the game to properly make me literally shit myself.
Yeah.
All over
That's the goal, really, isn't it?
If I'm playing a horror game, I want to literally piss and shit blood.
Yeah, you want to just... It's one of those where you just say, I don't want to play this.
Yeah, I want to be able to put it down.
Because I just say, no, do you know what, that's enough of that. If I play this anymore, I'm never going to get to sleep.
I'm going to have to play Diddy Kong Racing just to...
I hate it. I
put some colour back in my day.
Yeah, exactly. Like whenever I was playing like Dead Space 2 or something like that, it's just like, well, it's just a game. But as soon as you're into it, and it's like 2 a.m, you're still playing this thing, and you're just like, oh. And then you go to bed, it's still dark, and you go, no, I've got to watch something on YouTube. I've got to watch something to make me laugh or something like that, just so I can forget about the fucking ghosts that are going to come and kill me tonight.
Steam boxes have been revealed. Nobody cares.
I care.
I do care. I don't know why I said that. But at the same time, I kind of don't think it's going to do very well.
I don't know, I think the PC
hear me out. See, no, I think the PC brigade are not going to want anything to do with it.
No, I think they're going to surprise you.
No, I don't. I'd like to place a wager.
What is it? Are you running short on money again?
A little bit.
You're not sucking dick in an alleyway again, are you?
No. No, I don't think they're going to embrace it. And
I think they will. I think it'll be that nice sort of, you go, yeah, well, I've got a console, and it's a Steam console, so fuck you. That's the sort of mentality I think they're going to have.
But why can't I... Right, correct me if I'm wrong. You know more about PC gamers than I do, because, you adopt them. How many PC gamers don't have a PC with HDMI?
Well, any serious ones, none of them.
Exactly. So why can't they just plug that in the TV? Steambox.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can do that, but it's fine. But it still does everything a PC does, and that's not what you want. You want your PC just for games. So I don't want Microsoft Word. I don't want a fucking pay-per-click guy.
Yeah, but you can sideload the Steam OS on your PC, so it will just boot the same as this. If you dual boot it, it will just boot in Steam OS the same as the Steambox.
Yeah, but like my PC is quite bulky and big, and I don't want it in the living room. And if I do want to use it for PC-related things...
Yeah, but you could get like a 10-metre HDMI cable for like 13 quid.
Well, yeah, but that means drilling through the walls.
Not necessarily.
It does.
You could have it in the corner of the room, out the way, in a cupboard, with the back taken out, so you got vents.
No, I like the separation of it. I like TVs for the consoles, monitors for the PC. That's fine for me.
No, I agree. I understand and I agree. But I don't see the point in, if you've got fucking...
No, I know. Practicality-wise, it makes
why
more
buy
sense.
a Steam box? I can't see people buying them who have already got a stupidly good gaming PC.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, the proper hardcore guys, people who have spent thousands on it, they're not going to bother because it will be always better than it.
Yeah.
But the people who like Steam, or they've got like you, I mean, if you liked PC games but you didn't have the PC or the money, the money to actually buy a PC to be able to run everything right, it would be a nice in between.
There is, and there's going to be the select few that buy them, and I can honestly see them being console gamers that go, well, I don't really know how to build a PC, and I haven't got the money to spend on a stupidly good gaming PC, so this £500 Steam box, might tempt me into it. But I think there's about 3 of the Steam boxes that have been unveiled, and there's more than 3, but these select 3 actually dual boot Windows anyway, so you can use it as a PC as well.
God, if only Microsoft had done that.
I just don't see I can't see the demographic is for.
Well, I don't know. People buy things. People
do.
Are stupid. People don't read things when they go and buy it. They just buy it, or they buy it as presents.
I said this the other day to you, that I'm more tempted to look at a Steam box than an Xbox One.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at the same time, having my new computer, I don't need a Steam box. And because it's a laptop, it will plug into the TV and not look stupid.
True, but if that was available when you were looking for your laptop, would you have considered it?
No, I'd have got a laptop.
Because you want to do other things with it.
Yeah, because I need to do other things with it.
Oh, exactly, yeah. So, I don't know, I think people are stupid, to be honest. And I think people will go out and they'll buy things just because it's new and shiny, and it looks fucking awesome.
There's a good select few of them that look amazing. They look so good.
They do.
And not going up to the top end ones that are costing like $1,500. The Alienware one hasn't been priced yet, but I'm going to assume it's going to be 700 plus. I mean, the X51, you can now order off Dell, off the Alienware Dell site, and you can get an X51 sent out with SteamOS instead of Windows. And because it's like the same size as an Xbox 360, it'll just sit nicely in your entertainment centre, as a Steam box, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, it is just a games console that can do PC stuff, rather than a PC that does gaming stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like it. I like the idea of it. I think it's going to be more well received than certainly like the Xbox was.
See, this is where I do think it's not going to be. It's not going to jump to the top.
Oh God, no.
And I do think it's going to be below the Xbox.
Well, don't forget. I mean, this is its first venture. Microsoft has been up and running for God knows how many years. It's their third console.
Third.
Yeah. So this is the first attempt for Steam.
Not necessarily, because Microsoft went into this with they had nothing. They were, even though it was Microsoft, they were still an unknown console developer, etc. Steam is basically its own little console on your PC, essentially. Especially if you hit big picture mode, it'll all work basically the same as the SteamOS will. And Valve aren't making any Steam boxes; they're all made by third-party hardware. Microsoft, they started at nothing and built up.
True, but they also had a brand name that people had known for 25 years.
Steam, no, everyone knows Steam.
Exactly. So they can come in and do really well, but Microsoft have gone and fucked themselves in this generation.
To a degree, yeah. But
I can only hope that Steam comes in and just picks up the slack.
Looking at it in that view, it's either going to make things worse or better for Microsoft. I don't think it's going to affect Sony much, because.
Do you know what this is like? It's like Ben Affleck. It's going to come in and say, well, it's not going to be worse than George Clooney's, but if he comes in and he's shit, and you go, oh God, you're worse than George Clooney. And then that's it. It's just like right, you're worst out of all the consoles, even out of the Xbox One, which hasn't been particularly well received, comparatively anyway.
Compared to the PlayStation 4.
Yeah. So, to come in and be worse than the Xbox, that'll be it, immediately.
I don't think they'll bother again. I don't think it's going to affect Steam as software.
No.
It's still going to continue to thrive on the PC. They're just going to go, it's just not ready for the living room.
Yeah.
Which I hope it don't. I do hope it works, but at the same time, like I say, I can't particularly see a hardcore demographic of who's going to buy it. Console gamers are mostly primarily console gamers.
True, but I mean, think about it. I mean, the demographic of people who claim they are the PC master race. Think how many people who go on internet forums and moan about how fucking shit consoles are, blah blah blah. Think how many of those actually have a PC that is amazing.
Well, yeah. At the same time, though, all these Steam boxes are different, and I mean, some of them are starting at like 500 quid.
Mm.
So, how can they come out and go, yeah, well, my Steam box is better than your PlayStation 4? Why? Probably exactly the same, because you haven't got like the £3,000 Steam box.
Yeah. But regardless of that, the guy who spent $2,500 on his PC and go, well, mine's better than all of yours.
Exactly.
End of. See you later.
And I can't see him picking up a Steam box.
Well, no, but there's not everyone who can spend $2,500 on a PC. I mean, most of them, but don't forget, are like family PCs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's only when you get a chance to go on it, you get to play your games. But someone who's spent like £1,000 on a PC, those are people that are going to be on it all the time playing games.
I don't think it's worth doing until Steam starts getting exclusives.
Well...
Because why spend an addition? I've just bought a PS4, just bought a Wii U. For argument's sake, I've got an Xbox One as well. Why should I spend an additional £500 plus on games that are multi-format, and I could just spend £48 to £55 and get it on just next gen, and it'll be near enough the same.
Because, well, I don't know, I mean, Steam gets the sort of the odd exclusive for sort of like DLC and packs and all that sort of stuff. But, I mean, the reason why most people are attracted to it is because obviously it's incredibly fast. And the sales, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So
that's all I want it for, is Steam sales. But at the same time, again, like I say, I'll just plug my laptop into my 47-inch TV and just play Steam through that.
I don't know. See, I lived at a house where my TV was also my monitor, but the TV was in the living room because it was the house TV, if you want to call it that. And that was the biggest pain in the arse, because there'd be other people who wanted to watch stuff on TV. So if I got there first and I'd want to play on the Xbox or something like that, but I couldn't have the PC going at the same time. And it was just, it was an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, but I have more than one TV.
But that's it, you do. Not everyone does.
I'm pretty sure most people do, really, comparatively.
Well, certainly not anything that you'd want to play games on.
I don't mind playing on. I mean, I've obviously got the best TV in the lounge, and then I've got another TV upstairs that's perfectly capable of. It's HD, so it does the job. But I don't use that TV because the lounge is my room. If I want to play on a game, Zoe will just go upstairs and watch TV.
Yeah, but again, that's just your little
no,
person, I mean, you are very technically sound, which is why you are going to prioritise all the good stuff in the one room that you're going to spend the most time in, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But that's not how it is for a lot of people.
No,
you know what I mean?
no, I understand that.
So, you know, people's secondary TV... I mean, your secondary TV is basically a lot of people's primary TV.
Yeah.
In the fact that, you know, they can't afford... You know, I mean, most people, you know, who are getting Xboxes and PlayStations and all that sort of stuff, you know, they're going to be like kids, you know, sort of, I don't know, the age of 9, 10 upwards, you know, and then it's not their call to make to say, well, actually, I want another TV. I want that in my room so I can have my PlayStation in there. Well, they say, well, no, it's my PlayStation, I bought it, it's my TV, you just play it more than me, so deal with it. So for a lot of people, I don't think it's going to be a viable option to have everything just plugged into the one TV, because there are going to be multiple people who want to do different things on the TV at the same time. So,
which I do think is another good selling point for the PS4 Vita.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, as you can just take it to another room and just play something totally different. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Which is why, you know, I think that the sort of the Steam box thing, I think it could go quite well. I do, because you could have your gaming PC in your, you know, for your older brother or whatever, and then the younger siblings get the Steam box, which isn't as good, but you think it is. So thank you all for listening to Stupid Ramblings yet again. If you want to get in contact with us, as always, you can drop us an email at playervpodcast@gmail.com. Comment on any of the YouTube videos, or you can go to Callum's blog. There'll be a thing for that in the description as well. But if not, Callum, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.